This is a demonstration of a means of setting up the modulation drive on a Foxtrak tracker using Bessel zeros to calibrate the FM modulator in the transmitter. So on screen here you can see the Foxtrak and a voltmeter. The voltmeter is looking at the output of a receiver monitoring the frequency, and the Foxtrak is keying up a handheld radio just out of shot. So at the moment I've wound the transmit audio level down right low on the Foxtrak, and using the command feature of the Foxtrak I'll key it up from this command console hooked in on the serial port. Okay, it's online. You see the red lights come on, and I've got an SSB receiver. I'm just going to tune in to listen to the beat note, and I'll listen to it at about sort of 800 Hz. So that's it. You can see reading 300 millivolts on the meter at the moment. The meter is going to be used later. So the first step is to adjust the modulation up until we reach the Bessel zero. So I'll reach in here. If you listen carefully to the tone, you'll hear the carrier going down and the sidebands coming up. There's the carrier going down. There's the null. If I go higher, the carrier comes up again. So that's it there, where I've adjusted it now until the carrier has zeroed. That means the modulation index is 2.4, and it says we've got 2.9 kilohertz of deviation. That's more than we want. So we have our Bessel zero. We now need to switch the receiver to FM mode. There's FM mode, and I want an indication of a couple of hundred millivolts on the meter here. It's a bit much. Okay, one way or another I'm going to get the wrong amount. 220 millivolts, or minus 11 dBm in round numbers. We need to be 5 dB lower. That looks good enough. So that's minus 16 dBm, or 126 millivolts. So, having reduced the audio output by 57%, we've reduced the deviation by 57% from the 2.9 kilohertz we got for the Bessel zero. So we now have modulation around 1.6 kilohertz deviation at 1200. We'll just check what happens when we change up to the high tone. And we would expect to get again about 120 millivolts. It's a little bit low, which says that the pre-emphasis, de-emphasis through the transmitter to receiver aren't exactly matching. That's not unusual. It's not out by a long way. It's about 3 dB, which is more than you'd like, but that's the setup. Okay, so that's it, all done. We can disconnect the console and it's ready to use.